By 1939, the Vaughan was doing well, but life at the school was about to be interrupted.
With the outbreak of the war, the decision was made to evacuate the school.
This is a remarkable document. It's the list of boys who were evacuated in 1939 to Windsor.
In September, more than 200 Vaughan boys, led by their teachers, proudly marched down Addison Road, singing all the way.
We were away from home for the first time for the majority of us at 11, and it did take a little bit of settling down.
Our classrooms were at the Catholic public school called Beaumont College.
Dr. Vance was determined that we should keep our identity.
He was very strict about us not associating or fraternising with the Beaumont boys.
We'd walk up the drive, we'd come to the chapel, but we never came here.
We keep us separate from the Beaumont boys, heaven forbid that we should mix. Let me open the door for you.
Open the door.
Let's have a look inside.
But we would tend to have classes in the morning, and then that was it. That was half-day schooling virtually, and then the Beaumont boys would take over in the afternoon and early evening.
We only used the classrooms about 3 times a week, because I think at other
often?
times we had classes somewhere else.
What, in this, as we describe it?
That's right, in the laundry.
Described it as a laundry room.
That's right.
That's where we used to heat ourselves on those little paraffin heaters and cook our sandwiches on the top.
Delicious, yes.
These are all the Beaumont boys,
These
aren't
are
they?
Beaumont boys, yes.
There's the gymnasium.
Ah, yes, your happy memories of the gymnasium.
Hateful memories of the gymnasium with a guard sergeant in charge. Yeah.
But I like this one of the chapel. I think we saw it earlier. Really, really fantastic. They've kept the ceiling there. It's about the size I remember. Centre aisle, benches on either side.
Confessional boxes all down that side.
You seem to remember about confession more than me.
I must have gone very often, I suppose. I needed to. Benediction, Monday afternoons, every week. Dr. Vance came in over there, and then he would give us his homily. They were normally pretty good, I remember.
He's a very dignified chap, wasn't he? Remember the dove very clearly.
As a young boy, it was very impressive, wasn't it?
Yes.
Very impressive coming in.
Gosh, that's fascinating. Quite a few memories come back.
I can tell you one story that happened. It was marvellous there. During the latter years, one of the German fighter planes was shot down and crashed into Windsor Great Park. And the boys from the hostel managed to get to it before the authorities. They salvaged the engine and took it back to the hostel and put it in the attic. Might still be there, I don't know.
While the school was safely evacuated in Windsor, many old Vaughanians were giving distinguished service, especially in the Royal Air Force.
One of the most famous fighter pilots of the Battle of Britain was Old Vaughanian flying ace Brendan Paddy Finucane. The youngest wing commander in the RAF, Paddy quickly became a household name and a national hero, renowned for his bravery and skill in battle.
Before going off on a trip, I usually have a funny feeling in my tummy, but once I'm in my aircraft, everything is fine. But your nerves may be on edge, not from fear, but from excitement and the intensity of the mental effort.
Paddy was credited with destroying no fewer than 32 German aircraft. But in July 1942, his Spitfire was hit by enemy fire over the English Channel. Paddy was flying too low to bail out, and his plane crashed into the sea. His final words over the radio were, "This is it, chaps." He was only 21. Over 2,500 people attended his memorial service at Westminster Cathedral.
Another Old Vaughanian who served with great distinction was Donald Garland. Garland was a pupil at the Vaughan from 1929 to 1935, and it was Dr. Vance who signed his papers when he applied for the RAF. In May 1940, Garland's squadron was tasked to destroy 2 vital bridges over the Albert Canal to stem the advance through Belgium. 12 Squadron knew the bridges would be heavily defended, and they were unlikely to return from the mission, but they all volunteered, and so the men had to draw lots to see who would make up the strike force. Flying Officer Garland led a formation of 3 aircraft. As they arrived at the bridges, the planes met a hail of fire, from over 300 anti-aircraft guns. Badly cut up from the flak, they flew on, dropping their bombs on the Veldwezelt Bridge. Garland's plane was too heavily damaged and crashed, killing everyone on board. For his act of bravery, Donald Garland was awarded the Victoria Cross, the highest decoration in the military, and the first VC to be awarded to the RAF in the Second World War.
Donald Garland was one of 4 brothers. Tragically, all 4 gave their lives in the war.
I was impressed when I heard he had a VC, but shocked when I realised he'd got 3 brothers and none of them survived the war. Terrible.
His mother came to the school. There was a special assembly in the school hall.